President Barrow decorates 4 Army generals to various ranks. UDP claims to have critical mass of capable professionals. And stakeholders validate draft Public Health Bill 2021. This and more coming on Gambia24. Good evening, you're watching Gambia24 News with me, Mariama Cham. Thanks for joining us, and now the news in detail. President Adama Barrow on Friday decorated 4 general officers of the Gambia Armed Forces to the ranks of Brigadier General and Lieutenant General respectively. The promotion is part of the President's security sector reform of the Gambia Armed Forces. Our Sohna Tunkara attended the event and she now files in this report.
I, Major General Yakuba
having been promoted to the rank of Lieutenant General.
The swearing-in ceremony of the newly decorated officers is constituted based on merits by general officers who partake in decision-making body of the day-to-day operations of the Gambia Armed Forces. The Chief of Defense Staff of the Gambia Armed Forces, Major Yakuba Drame, was promoted to the rank of a Lieutenant General, while his deputy Mamad O.A. Cham and 2 other general officers, Colonel Turo Jaune and Osman Gomez, rose to rank of Brigadier General. Shortly after receiving his new badge, Lieutenant General Yakuba Drame reiterates the Armed Forces' infringing commitment in serving the nation.
This conscious step denotes the trust and confidence you have in the members of the armed forces, especially in the context of fulfilling our prescribed constitutional mandates. Your Excellency, if I may assert, promotion in the military is a privilege. Privilege in the context, it comes with associated challenges and responsibility. In other words, to whom much is given, much is expected in return. On the basis of that, Your Excellency, we are aware of these challenges and responsibility, and we sincerely promise that we will live up to those sacred promises and expectations from all Gambians, and including His Excellency.
The Minister of Justice, Sheikh Omar Faye, says promotion in the military is well scrutinized based on unwavering performances by officers.
Promotions in the military are strictly merit-based and the embodiment of wisdom, good leadership, commitment to democratic norms and values. This decoration ceremony is one of a series of similar events signifying the security sector reform has taken a new shape and soon be delivered to the doorstep of every Gambian, inshallah.
The Commander-in-Chief of Gambia Armed Forces said the military is an integral part of his development agenda for the country and beyond.
There is an obvious link between security and national development. As law enforcement and security agents, you will be confronted continuously with complex situations that require thoughtfulness and professionalism. This is particularly relevant as we transition into a new development phase, while trying to reorient the people within the current fragile democratic environment. Your work as law enforcement and security personnel involve frequent interventions to curb different forms of crimes. Such crimes perpetrated both in neighboring lands and our own territory include cyber threats, civil disturbances, drug trafficking, and acts of terrorism. Because they are of great concern to all of us, it is imperative that we work collaboratively and mutually to make the Gambia the peaceful and stable nation we envision.
In the past, promotions in the Gambia Armed Forces were not based on merit, but on subjective considerations that favored some sections of the army, whilst delineating many deserving ones. with the instituted security sector reform agenda of the broader government. However, the Minister of Defense reveals that the narrative has already changed. For iAfrica TV, Sohna Tunkara.
President Barrow decorates 4 Army generals to ranks of Brigadier and Lieutenant General. Now, Gambia's Minister of Health, in collaboration with stakeholders in the health sector on Wednesday, validates the draft Public Health Bill 2021 at the Medzi Hotel. The bill is expected to tackle and address the problems in the country's fragile health sector. Daisy files in this report.
The country's public health sector over the years has been under immense pressure in responding to people's needs due to many factors such as inadequate financial and logistic support, shortage of adequately and appropriately trained health staff. However, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmad Lamin Samate, speaking at the validation ceremony, says the draft Public Health Bill 2021 will address and remedy the challenges in the health sector.
So the health sector is big and complex with a lot of aspects. So the Public Health Act is a very important step in that direction. But we think it will add a lot of value to enhancing the healthcare delivery system of this country.
The bill is expected to be presented to the National Assembly for consideration before it moves to the committee stage. The Director of Public Health Services, Buba Manjan, says he is optimistic that the parliamentarians will pass the bill to become a law as it captures the current health issues in the country.
The National Assembly Health Select Committee is definitely looking into this, and then they encourage us to go in for this because we all realize some gaps here and there with regard to some functions because of the legal backings. So once this is done, I have the great hope that they will work on that quickly. I don't think reject. We are not thinking of that. Yeah.
The Public Health Bill 2021 is expected to give public health officers the backing and the mandate to be able to exercise their duties effectively. The current Public Health Act 1990 is obsolete and does not deal with pertinent health issues which has posed Gambia to serious setbacks. This requires attention and improvement in order to make Gambian public health services more effective. For iAfrica News, I am
the country's health problems. And still with the news, the Gambia Police Force has decorated 65 of its personnel to the ranks of superintendent commissioners, amongst others. The decoration took place at the police headquarters on Thursday in Banjul. Binta Jallo tells us more.
In the quest of police officers to give their very best in the service of their country and people, 65 police officers were decorated from the ranks of ASP to commissioners. This came after the decoration of 168 police officers in 2019. Promotions are rewarding and motivate police officers to continue providing services to the nation at large. Assistant Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Abba dilated on the importance of the move and expressed gratitude to the officers.
Today's decoration ceremony heralds that we are off to a great start of this year and the months ahead. I pray that it stays this way throughout the year. Amen. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to state that the officers to be decorated here this morning are some of the finest police officers the Gambia Police Force can be proud of. Hence their promotions and decoration today. Amongst them, we have seasoned investigators, commanders, administrators, prosecutors, just to name a few. I will conclude by felicitating or congratulating the would-be decorated officers and their loved ones for this great achievement. Your promotions are added responsibilities, and the expectations become greater. Therefore, I challenge you all to live to those expectations.
Commissioner Lamin Banda spoke on his colleagues' behalf and challenged them to stay focused and determined.
Colleagues, your promotion is worth celebrating as a rarity. But be reminded that it's underpinned by critical thinking and decision making in complicated matters threatening peace, security, and social cohesion of the country, as well as support the police senior management to redirect, to refocus, and transform the security system administration and governance trajectory of our beloved motherland.
The Police Inspector General Mahmoud Diop outlined the work the government of the Gambia and the police has been engaged in to improve the sector.
With all their commitments, engagements, they responded to the call back to the police headquarters where they had commanded several years. And these personalities are in the name of His Excellency Jibril Diouf, and also His Excellency Landing Kinte, who I had served under him as Deputy Inspector General of Police, and now, with all his busy schedules, just from Darfur, he decided to come and join this occasion where senior officers of the Gambia Police Force are being decorated.
This is the breakdown of the 65 promoted superior police officers. 2 officers to police commissioner, 4 to deputy commissioner, 6 to assistant commissioner of police, 5 to chief superintendent of police, 1 to superintendent of police, 13 to deputy superintendent of police, and 34 to assistant superintendent of police. Reporting for iAfrica TV, Binta Jallo.
Those 65 officials of the Gambia Police Force decorated in various ranks will take us to a first commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
The pride we take in our brand, the work we put into constantly change the landscape and elevate real estate in the Gambia, it's compared to none. From inception, our goal was to add value to the beautiful Gambian landscape. That's why we are proud innovators of community estates. Kololi Sands is an exceptional piece of work, tailored for ultimate convenience and luxury, to bring you an element of finesse that is rare but unique in its own. This is also our pride and joy, and we welcome you to the exquisite beauty right here in Kololi and right here on the waterfront. Kololi Sands, feel the ocean breeze at your doorstep.
Welcome back, and now to the rest of our news. The United Democratic Party UDP is branded as the main opposition party in the Gambia. The party's spokesperson Almami Fandintal has told iAfrica TV that UDP have a critical mass majority and capable professionals across the board. Naisisa has the rest of that.
The Gambia emerged from a very difficult economic situation in 2016 after 22 years of dictatorial rule under exiled former President Yahya Jammeh. Opposition political parties, including UDP, were subjected to frequent arrest, intimidation, and illegal harassment during former regime. Since the removal of the former president, the UDP party manned some of the key positions in coalition government before its party leader and his colleagues were relieved of their duties by the president in March 2019. However, speaking to iAfrica TV, the party spokesperson Almami Fandintal says no party can be compared to UDP, cognizant that the party has hard-working people and talented professionals at all levels.
I mean, I think there can be no doubt that organizationally, no party can touch UDP. We have the critical mass of very capable professionals across the board who can really offer Gambia a genuine alternative to this politics of just mudslinging and saying things that are not useful to anybody, and going back and forth about the past or trying to bring someone like former President Jammeh.
As the West African country heads to the poll in December 2021, political parties are busy unveiling their manifesto and hopes of sweeping the polls. Mr. Tal says he is optimistic that Ousainou Darboe will be the fourth president of the Gambia.
This is part of the readiness to go to the State House in 2021. We have no doubt whatsoever that lawyer Ousainou Darboe will be the fourth president of the Gambia.
The United Democratic Party, UDP, was founded in 1996 by three political parties, PPP, NCP, GPP, and chose lawyer Ousainou Darboe to be the party leader and secretary general. The Yellow Party played a vital and leading role in the formation of the coalition 2016 that succeeded in unseating the former president Yahya Jammeh. But the relations between President Barrow and his former deputy Ousainou Darboe has since deteriorated due to unconfirmed disagreements during his time in the coalition government. For iAfrica News, I am Daisy.
UDP's Almami Funding Tal says his party is full of critical mass majority and professionals. Now, the Gambia Postal Services Corporation GAMPOS on Wednesday presented its activity report and financial statement before the National Assembly's Select Committee on Public Enterprise for the year end 2019. GAMPOS is responsible for managing and operating all postal services in the country. More details of that in this report.
Despite being the country's most postal service provider, GAMPOS continues to be dormant in providing adequate service delivery to the Gambian people. The Postal Service Corporation was established through various pieces of legislation of the government, which determined that all postal services in the country should be managed by a public company. Presenting its activity report before the National Assembly Enterprise Committee, GAMPOS Managing Director Fode M. Jaite argued that the institution encountered numerous challenges for the past years, ranging from a systematic comprehensive addressing post and unreliable flights. Mr. Jaite also highlighted some of the main challenges the institution is going through.
Several vacant positions at senior management level within the operations still to be filled and directly affecting operations. This is a serious constraint. And in my last appearance here, I actually overdwelled on this. I spoke about this a lot. I think I overspoke on this. I don't know, for some reason, because I was very worried about the situation of the institution. And I kept repeating this point. This is a serious constraint. All the management positions, almost all of them, are vacant for a number of years now.
After presenting the financial statement to PEC, the independent auditors gave their opinions on the balance sheet, statement of profit loss, and other financial activities.
The financial statements give a true and fair view of the state of affairs of Gambia Postal Services Corporation as at 31st December 2017, which comprise the balance sheet, the statement of profit and loss, statement of changes in equity and cash flow statements of the corporation for the period then ended.
Meanwhile, Halifa Saleh, chairman of the Public Enterprise Committee, emphasized that GAMPOS has a responsibility to provide efficient postal services to Gambians. He said the corporation is still vital in implementing its responsibilities.
Also know that these parcels cannot be transferred through internet. They cannot be transferred through WhatsApp. Parcels are material. So essentially the corporation is still vital.
The origins of the Department of Post began in 1958 when the British colonial government set up the postal service in the Gambia. The organization provides a variety of mail services, mainly in the delivery of letters, packages, and parcels. In 2012, GAMPOS signed a Memorandum of Understanding with DHL Gambia Limited to make delivery of mails reach customers faster. Among its services, the most used are the GAMPOS National Delivery and the Postal Money Transfer Service, also known as PMT. Since its creation, GAMPOS has also become a member of the Universal Postal Union, known as the UPU. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Mariama Cham.
GAMPOS presents its activity report and financial statement for the year end 2019. That's all we have for you in today's edition of Gambia24. Thanks for watching and do have a great weekend.
tey moom dama ne naa ñëw xool si sa tabax gi.
loolu nag kontaan naa si bu baax.